Alrighty everybody, Chris Campbell here. So this is an odd request that has just come in. A friend of mine said that, hey, you're very talented and I see you do a lot of different crafts and stuff. One thing that I would like for you to make is a dream catcher. Well, I have not made a dream catcher in probably 33 years. When I was in Boy Scouts at Camp Old Indian, I had to make one for a merit badge in craft making. So I'm going to try to dig into my memory bank and try to create a dream catcher of what I did about 33 years ago. So some of the basic things that you're going to need is a ring. This particular client wanted it at least 8 inches. This is an 8-inch ring. You're also going to need waxed thick thread that has been completely waxed so it's stiff. It's a pretty hard, stiff string. You're also going to need a clamp or some sort of a clamp to hold your workpiece in place. You're going to need leather cord or winding, as they call it. These are some feathers that I have found, and so these will make perfect feathers for our dream catcher. This will be our centerpiece, and then the 2 smaller ones will be on the outside. Also, we have an assortment of different color beads and different shapes. X-Acto knife and a pair of scissors. Alright, so we're going to put these away for right now and focus only on the cord at hand. So we're going to be using a teal color, and basically to start off is you're just wanting to start at one corner and wrap this as tight as you can all the way through, and just make sure that it is tight. That's all you're doing. Okay, now once we get about that much, that's where we're going to use our clamp and come here and clip it off. Whoop, about right there. Okay. Now we're going to push this through and do the same thing. We're just going to go through, bring it around, and again, you're just doing this over and over until you get a good tight pattern. And you want it to be even, no kinks, no twist in the line, just a even pattern. Alright, so what I'm going to do is stop the videotape, because this can take about an hour and a half to 2 hours to do this. And we will come back once we get close to our end. Alrighty, so 35 minutes in, and we're halfway through doing our braiding of the pattern here. It's just slow progress, because you got to wrap it and keep everything from tangling or coming loose. And then you have to make sure that your clip at the bottom doesn't come off, or everything will just completely unwind on you. So you have a pretty good bit of stuff you're constantly watching. Alright. And you just want to be sure that everything is lined up, and make sure that it's nice and tight. And this piece here at the bottom keeps wanting to come off, so I'm having to watch it, because like I said, it'll want to unwind. Alright, so stay tuned. Okay, so 1 hour and 15 minutes, and we are completely done now with our outer border of the ring of our dream catcher. Now what we've done here is tied off the bottom piece, and this is going to be the bottom part that will be hidden out of view later on in the series. Now for our webbing. So what we're going to do is just take some of the string, and let's see, we'll just start here at the bottom, and we're going to tie it, and we'll double tie it just to make sure that it does stay in place. Again, this is some very thick thread. Okay, so we're going to come here and come back up through, pull that taut, and we'll come here, bring this through, until it's taut. We'll come over here to about right here, bring that through, and this is where it can be a little tricky because this is some thick cord, especially with that wax, and so this is the part you have to be very careful with because it can bind up and get kinks in it. And you do not want that. And I'm having to wad it up again into like a ball because it's wanting to come loose. Alright. And now we're going to come back through here, bring that taut. Let's see, about right there. And then we're going to come back to here, bring this up through it. Okay, so that is our first pattern. And now what we're going to do here is bring this piece up through here and back around to lock that in place. And then we're going to come through here and then back through. Now on the webbing, it does not have to be perfect. It's made to look like it is off-centered, and that is what you want. So don't be discouraged or think it's ugly if it's not precise or the way that you think it should look. Dream catchers are a work of art. They're made to look authentic, old. They have no symmetrical meaning to them, I guess is the better word, or a pattern. I've seen some dream catchers to they will actually look like they're just torn up. It's all in the eye of the beholder. So don't freak out if your piece does not come out or look like something you've seen in a movie or magazine. They're not going to always be the same. Each dream catcher is kind of like a fingerprint. Each one is going to be completely different. So each one is going to have its own characteristics. No one or no two are identically alike. And I always tell people, because I've actually had some people that want to get like a certain pattern type, and I tell them, you know, it's quite impossible to really do something like that. Alright, so here we're going to cut this off. And now I'm going to tie this piece and twist it. Alright, so this is going to be our basic dream catcher pattern. It's all up to the way you want to make it look. It's completely up to you. I'm going to trim this off a little bit further once I tie it, because I'm going to bring it through here. And then I'll get my lighter to finalize that. All right. So that's the basic pattern for this particular one. Now we're going to work on our feathers, beading, and braiding for the bottom. So stay tuned for that next video.